What's up, everybody? It is your boy Baddog here with another New York Giants video. As always, guys, girls, thanks so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Again, you want to help me out, hit that thumbs up, helps out the video huge. Also, hit that subscribe and ring the bell. Again, Giants content becoming hot and heavy here. We're starting to die down a little bit, but as the football season progresses or as we get closer, we get a ton of Giants content. Yankee content coming very soon. And, of course, we're still working on covering the NBA playoffs. So I do appreciate you guys and girls watching. I want to talk a little bit about James Bradberry in this video. Joe Shane says that James Bradberry will probably be gone by the end of the week. And this is obviously extremely unfortunate. I mean, this is nothing that James Bradberry did wrong. This is the financial situation that our old GM, Dave Gettleman, everybody's favorite GM, left the state of the New York Giants in. I mean, we can't afford James Bradberry. I have 83 players on the roster, and after signing all the rookie deals, it seemed the Giants are about $7 million over the cap. The release of James Bradberry will save the Giants about $11 million, and there's just no way feasible to keep him. It's unfortunate, which is why I think a lot of people had an issue with the Wan'Dale Robinson pick. I don't think that it was so much that it was Wan'Dale Robinson. I just feel like a lot of Giants fans, including myself, thought that they should address the secondary there. But again, I'm not going to sit here and criticize Joe Shane. I don't know what his plan is, so I want to at least see some results before we can make a decision whether that was a good pick or not a good pick. I hope it's a good pick. I hope every pick that he had, I hope he knocks every one of them out of the park. But again, this is unfortunate. It's kind of like what happened to us with Kevin Zeitler a couple of years ago. You know, he was just a cap casualty. It's nothing that he did wrong, and he was one of our best linemen, and Bradberry is one of our best guys in the secondary. So, you know, I don't know how the Giants are planning on replacing him. I don't think it'll be Cordell Flott. I can't imagine a rookie's going to come in and play, you know, press man coverage. That's something Wing likes to do because he loves to blitz a lot. I do think Aaron Robinson's going to get the chance as the other outside corner to go with Adoree Jackson. And we'll see. I like Aaron Robinson. He's a big physical kid, but he's raw. And I don't know what that's going to look like over there. James Bradberry, you know, played at a Pro Bowl level when he got here in 2020. Didn't have a terrible year last year. Didn't have as good of a year last year as he did in 2020. But still very solid. A very good cornerback. Somebody that the Giants would love to keep on this team. But again, financially, there is just no way to do so. There are some free agents out there like A.J. Bowie that could come in here, you know, some lesser cornerbacks that have worked with some of the Giants coaching staff. So expect the Giants to make some kind of minor move like that that'll cost the Giants a lot less than it would be to keep James Bradberry. The big problem with James Bradberry is this, and again, not Bradberry and not Shane. You know, Shane put the offer out there and got little response. Not a lot of teams were willing to give up any kind of draft picks or players or anything like that for James Bradberry. And why? Because the Giants had no leverage. And other teams aren't stupid. They knew that the Giants had no leverage. And they're sitting there going, why would we give up a 5th-round pick or a 6th-round pick or a 4th-round pick or anything like that or a player when we know the Giants can't keep him? So he's going to be out there on the open market. And then there's no doubt about it, there will be some teams that'll be battling for his services. Maybe even the Philadelphia Eagles. There's nothing, you know, the Eagles have some cap space, and they could definitely use secondary help. We've heard the Texans were interested. We've heard the Chiefs are interested. So there's going to be other teams that come out of the woodwork when he's available because, again, Bradberry is a very solid corner, and there will be teams that can afford his salary. So expect a lot of teams to, you know, bid for his services or try to get him on the team. Unfortunately, he's probably not going to be here with the Giants. It just sounds like Joe Shane is relegated to the fact that we're going to have to cut James Bradberry, which stinks. So, again, this is just something that Dave Gettleman has left us in as the Rangers just scored a goal. I like that. Very nice. They're up 4-2 here with just under 12 minutes to go in the third period. So, you know, it'll be interesting to see what the Giants do to fill in this space. And going into next season, not next season, but going into 2023, this is going to look completely different. The Giants are going to have cap space. As it stands right now, as far as spot track went, I was looking at it. It looked like the Giants have $73 million free in cap space. I know we're getting ahead of ourselves because we're talking about 2023. but they have $73 million in cap, it looked like, in 2023. A lot of players come off the books. Again, Daniel Jones did not have the fifth-year option picked up, so we'll see what they do with Daniel Jones. Saquon Barkley, is a free agent at the end of the year. I don't see the Giants paying him a ton of money for a running back. I don't see that happening as well. If they want to get out from underneath Leonard Williams' contract, they can save $18 million right there. And if I'm not mistaken, I don't know if it was Adoree Jackson or not. There was another player, I thought it was Adoree Jackson, that saved them another $9 million. So the Giants could get out from a couple of contracts that would save them $27 million right there, which puts them at an even $100 million. So Joe Schoen, Brian Dable, Brandon Brown, they will have a lot more flexibility next season. It's just unfortunate that this regime took over such a terrible situation as far as lack of talent and, horrible cap situation that they're in, which is why, I'm not going to sit here and I was not going to get overconfident. I loved the first round. I thought that those two players were about as good as we could have drafted. They filled huge needs, and we'll see what, days 2 and 3 guys do, and hopefully these guys can turn into something and contribute and be really good players for the Giants. But Shane didn't have a lot of flexibility. And that is why he traded back in the second round, got a couple of extra picks. It certainly helped. I mean, if you're going to take swings at guys in the 5th and 6th round or 4th and 5th round, it's not easy to hit on picks like that. But obviously, the more opportunity you have, the better chance you have to hit one out of the park. So hopefully Shane found some kind of talent deep in the draft. It is something that he did very well in Buffalo, was get line talent later in the draft. And we'll see if these two guards out of North Carolina can do something for the Giants. But it stinks that we're in this situation. And we'll see. I think Shane has done about as good of a job as he can trying to, fix this cap situation. He let some veterans go. There's also talk about, I did see this, they were talking about, one of the articles I read when they were talking about guys that the Giants may bring in here because we are thin in the secondary. Old friend Landon Collins. I saw that name pop up in the possibilities for the Giants to bring Landon Collins back, and we know how I feel about Landon Collins. Not the biggest fan of Landon Collins. But, they did say he's never been extremely athletic. He has dealt with some injury problems with Washington, but he is a box safety. And this is something that Wink Martindale definitely utilizes, and if they get Landon Collins on a veteran minimum, I'm not going to have a problem with Landon Collins come back here on a veteran minimum. I thought 6 years, $84 million, Washington paid him was way too much. I did not want to give Landon Collins that kind of money, but if he can come back at a veteran minimum, it'll be, in my opinion, be well worth it, even if he's not what he used to be. Rangers just scored again. It's 5-2. I should keep doing this video so that they keep scoring. I'm not going to do that, though. I'm going to get out of here, actually, right now. So, again, there's a lot. There are moves that the Giants are probably making here, but they will be minor moves. Unfortunately, the major move that they're going to have to make is the release of James Bradberry, one of our best defensive players, and there's really just nothing you can do about it. It's a cap casualty. It's unfortunate, but this is just something we're going to have to kind of deal with as Giants fans in 2022, which is why I'm just not going to get overly excited and think that we're going to be extremely competitive. I hope we're competitive, and I hope we win 10 or 11 games. I'm just not expecting it because this is just a really difficult situation for this man to come into. And if the Giants show any kind of improvement, and they are way better than people think, Joe Shane's going to get really high grades. And at the same time, if the Giants are not really good and they're a 5 or 6 win team, I kind of expect that. So, and not because I don't think Shane's done a good job or that Dable could be a good coach. I just think we're in it's a bad spot when you have lack of talent and you have a terrible cap situation, which is why we have been bad, really bad, the worst in the NFL for 5 years. When you combine, a guy that can't handle the cap and handles the cap very poorly with really poor contracts, couple that with a guy that can't draft any kind of talent and get any value out of the draft, you end up with a team that's won 22 games in the last 5 years, and that's the New York Giants. So hopefully Shane and company can turn it around. But again, James Bradberry is gonna be a casualty, and we're just going to have to let him go. As always, Giants fans, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Do me a favor. If you made it this far, again, you're an absolute trooper. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, share it out with a Giants fan, and enjoy the rest of your night. It's Bad Diggy Dizzle, and I'm out. Peace.